Hello. Okay, so I've been doing some wiring with this here, this little LED. Let me show you the instructions actually. And I'm kind of bummed out about this. So, the first step was to put this big long edge on here. Hopefully this is going to be in focus. I'm using my real phone now. And then this piece here has holes in it, and you line up the holes. And then the next step is gluing this cap. Come on. Gluing this cap on here, trimming down the little LED thing, attaching wires to either side, testing it with the battery. Then you put these heat sinks on here, melt them down. I used a candle. They said a lighter. I don't have any lighters. And then putting a metal sleeve on. I ended up using a different size metal sleeve for some of them because the smallest one that they tell you to use didn't fit. So let's hope that works out. Then you glue it. Glue that into here. Make sure you don't make the heat sink too long because it won't fit. Then once you've got that in there, this is another piece of the heat sink, and the heat sink is it's the black like tube like thing that was there in one of the boxes. So you put another piece of that on there with a piece of this green floral wire that was in one of the boxes, just to stiffen it up. And then you feed it through one of the holes and back out through the other one until they're in this shape. And then you link up all the yellows and all the whites like so. And then you're constantly having to strip these wires, and these wires are very thin. Oops, sorry, bumped the. Very thin. So I kept accidentally cutting the wires. Yeah. So the amount that I had going from the lamp just kept getting progressively shorter. So that's a bummer because I have this other big long piece to work with, but I don't really have any recommendations on that because unless you have something that is actually made to strip very thin wires, you're going to have the same problems I did. So then, once you get them all together, I attached them to the longer wires and I glued that down. And then I put the batteries in the case and I got, let's see. So you cut off some of the rubber and you put that on there. So once I got it to that point, none of the lights lit up. And then I kept backing up and testing and backing up and testing, and nothing was lighting up with a single battery or without, whereas they were individually. And now at this point, two of them won't. This is so these two no longer will light up. So I don't know what happened to these two, but they're glued completely together. These two will. I mean this one will. So that's positive and that's negative. So that one will. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to wire up this one. I'm going to put these in place just to be there, and just that's it. I'll have one light. Yeah, it was pretty difficult. I think I didn't show these yet either, but that's my main thing that I was working on that I was pretty upset about. So this piece here, it's the plastic membrane, this piece of paper that goes over the back of the black part, also a white brick paper that goes over the top, a black piece here, this piece here, all glued together. So that's that side. And I believe that that's going to be, that's over here. You can't see it in this picture, so that's where I think that is. And then I did this, which is the front, that the door is actually going to go into. There's little bits of glue everywhere. Putting this awning on was actually kind of a bear. I ended up having to tear it back off of the wire, try and get the wire, well, let these dry really well, then try to bend this thing into place to fit it into those, and then drape this over and glue it after that. So, I don't know, it looks alright. This is the first time I've done one of these, so I'm just gonna be happy with it. But if it means anything, I've already started looking up other ones to make other ones when I'm done. So that's that and that. I think that's all I did. So this was kind of a nightmare, but I think if you have the right tools, I'm definitely going to need to get something that's made for stripping all types of wires, because this is just, yeah, it's just a thing. That was the hardest part. I was getting very frustrated by that. So if I can get something that will strip wires without me destroying them and cutting them, that'll make my life a little better. See there, that one, it just broke. So now I have less. So yeah, so now I need to take that apart and try and strip that and get the wires back together. It's just too thin. That's where I'm at today. So thanks for watching.